It's time for the Mix at 6. Counting down the top hip-hop and R&B songs in the country. On the Mix 88.9, Lynchburg's #1 station for hip-hop and R&B, soul and reggae.
Shock the system. Vibe Club. For life.
You are 80% done with your week. Let's get that out of the way right now. You are 80% done with this work week. That means you have one more little itty bitty 20% to get done tomorrow. And I congratulate you. Good evening, everybody. I am Kalel Creed. This is Vibe Club. You're here for the Mix at 6, and we're all encompassed by the Mix 88.9 inside the Palace of Positivity. It's made up of me, Kalel Creed, your humble and thankful host, and you, my devoted listeners. And if you are new here, welcome. I'm going to give you the rules right off the bat. The goal here, the only goal, is to make you smile, possibly make you laugh, possibly give you something to think about when you leave here, and maybe you'll mess around and learn something. Not saying that I'm a teacher, not saying that I'm a prophet, not saying any of that. I just give opinions, and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. And here, that's okay, because that's what opinions are. They're just that. They're just opinions. They don't hurt or harm anybody. They're just little itty bitty thoughts inside of us individually. And sometimes we give them out. And we share opinions. We go back and forth. I hear yours, you hear mine. I respect yours, you respect mine. Either we agree, we disagree, or we can agree to disagree. But in the end, we're still friends. We're still family. We're still keeping it moving. We're still keeping it civil. Because that's the right thing to do. That's how you handle that. That's how grown folk get down. But you're here for the Mix at 6. And what is that? The Mix at 6. I bring you the top 6 hip-hop hits in the nation. In the nation. And how much does that cost? Nothing. It costs not a thing. Nothing. That's the amount you will pay for all of this. For this next hour, you will pay nothing. And all I will be doing is giving. I give. I'm a giver. I'm happy to give. Take it. Just take it. Take it and spread it. How can you spread it, you might be asking? Well, I'm glad that you asked that. It's very simple. Just download the app. Tell your friends to download the app. Tell them to go to their Apple App Store, Google Play Store, search the Mix 88.9, and there it is. I am here Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern, because that's important. You can also get with us online. We're streaming online at the Mix Radio. That's the Mix Radio, all one word, .online. If you bring it up right now, you will hear me talking in 2 places, and that's not a magic trick. That's just how we do things here. You can also follow us on social media. On the social medias, Facebook and Instagram, the Mix 88.9, and on Twitter, the Mix 8991. And if I haven't gotten on your nerves yet, if I haven't gotten on your nerves or offended you or made you turn me up, if you're still hearing this voice and you're thinking, how can I keep up with this kid? I like his moxie. I like the cut of his jib. No problem. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all of the social medias. All you gotta do is search one thing. Kalel Creed DB. That's Kalel Creed DB, and the one and only pops up because I'm the one. I'm the one. Click follow, click subscribe, click all of that. If you missed any part of this show, also if you're new here and you want to catch up on previous episodes, don't even worry about it. I got you covered over on my YouTube channel, The Fortress of Awesometude. That's AWESOMETUDE. Click that Vibe Club playlist. Click subscribe. Click the bell so you're notified when I upload. And when you go to that Vibe Club playlist, you will see all of my previous episodes. All of them. Every single one of them. You will see this crazy journey that I have been on. This crazy journey that has brought me so much joy because I love this. I love talking to you. I love talking to y'all. I love hearing feedback. I love having conversations. I love bringing you entertainment. I love it all. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So that's how you can keep up with me, how you can keep up with us, how you can keep up with this show. And it's very simple. And just let someone else know. That's all you have to do. That's all it costs. That's all it costs. That's nothing. That's nothing for what you're going to be getting, because we're here 24 hours a day. We got old school. We got new school. We got reggae. We got inspirational. We got it all. We even have a morning radio show. Ray Daniels in the morning. There is zero reason for you to be anywhere else except the Mix 88.9 Monday through Friday. Monday through Sunday. All 7 days a week. There's no reason for you to be anywhere else because we got you covered here. Here. So now that we got through all of that, now that you sat through all of that, I'm coming out the gate swinging today. I got something for you. I hope you are sitting down. Let me ask you a question. What does the name Caroline Melanie Lee mean to you? Just think for a second. Caroline Melanie Lee. What does that name mean to you? Nothing? Nothing? Well, let me correct you. Caroline Melanie Lee is an English teacher in Jacksonville, Florida. Miss Lee is 60 years old. Miss Lee teaches at Darnell Cookman Middle High School. Miss Lee is the teacher of the year down there. Miss Lee was also arrested for child abuse. So how do we get here? How did we get from all of those great accolades to arrested for child abuse? Don't take my word for it. Let's hear from WJXT4 for the report, please.
This local teacher of the year has been arrested, charged with child abuse. The teacher is Caroline Lee from Darnell Cookman School of the Medical Arts, and she was named the school's Teacher of the Year just 2 days ago.
The victim stated in the report that when she arrived to her first period class on Friday, her teacher said Lee wanted to talk with her. The report says Lee brought the student back to her classroom and asked the student why she threatened her. According to the report, the student said she never threatened Lee, but Lee then reached across a table and struck the student with the palm of her hand. The report goes on to say Lee called the victim expletives and then kept hitting her on the top of her head as her nose kept bleeding. The victim stated she began trying to hold both of Lee's arms to keep from being struck, and Lee kicked her lower leg. According to the report, the violent incident was preceded by an Instagram argument between Lee and the victim on the Duval County Schools page. This was where Lee was being congratulated for winning Teacher of the Year 2 days prior. There was a comment that questioned if Lee was the teacher that used the N-word last year in class. A response from Lee said that she used it in the context of the book of Mice and Men. The student said on the post that was not the right thing to do, and Lee agreed. In the report, Lee said she interpreted one of the comments as a threat to kill her.
Yes, Miss Lee was about that action. Miss Lee said, y'all not gonna disrespect me on these social medias. Let's address that first. First of all, it's not a real place. We get so worked up about stuff that's said about us on social media. It's not a real place. Comments can get misinterpreted. because you don't know what a person means. You can read it and take it a different way, and then we have problems. It's not a real place. We got to stop putting so much stock into what is said online. I got an Uncle Chucky, and I know he listening. He done been in Facebook jail more times than anybody I ever know. He can't stay out of jail. He might be in jail right now. I don't know. I just don't know. He in and out so much. But when he go in, I put money on his books. I put, my free Uncle Chucky post up on Facebook. I take care of him while he in there. But he got to stop arguing with them people. He can't help it, though. He can't help it, and I love him, and it's all good. But the internet's not a real place, people. It's just a place for opinions. It's just a place for people to say random wild stuff to try to get a reaction out of it. That's all it is. Because they can hide behind their keyboard. You can't let what someone says online pull you out of character. You are the teacher of the year, Miss Lee. And now you got to charge. We got to stop letting these kids pull us out of our zone. I know these little smart mouth kids make you want to kill them. I know these little smart mouth kids got something to say about everything. I know these smart mouth kids ain't got no respect these days. I understand all of that. But that's not a reflection. We have to keep our composure, because that's not a reflection of them. It's a reflection of who we are. We are as the grown folk. We have to be the grown folk. Now you let this little girl get you a charge. And it sounds like she asked a question. There's nothing wrong with asking a question. Did you use the N-word? Well, yes, I did. I used it in the context of the Mice and Men book. By the way, fantastic book. Shout out to Lenny. They didn't have to do them like that. Sad book. It's one of the only books I read while I was in school. But we got to do better. In Florida, y'all always into something. Y'all is always into something. Y'all are the kid that gets the rest of the class in trouble, and now we can't go outside. You're that kid. You're that kid of the United States. And I love Florida. I love Florida to death. I recently visited Florida. Shout out to Tori. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Ashley. I love it down there. It's a beautiful state. It's easy to get in trouble because the weather is good all the time. And when all the time the weather is good, you ain't got no reason not to act a fool. It's beaches, it's alcohol, it's a lot of people, it's a good time. You got to know how to rein yourself in because the crazy will overtake you. Just be careful when you down in Florida because it can be contagious. So I don't know what's going to come of this story. I don't know what the ending of this story is going to be, but y'all got to stop letting these little kids get y'all all riled up and hot and bothered. And I'm speaking for me too. I'm talking to me too. There's one thing that I do not take, and that's disrespect from little kiddies. I don't deal with it. You teachers out there are my superheroes, and I say that in the most sincere way possible. You all out there deal with more stuff than we can ever realize. See, us as parents don't realize we go to school and our issues are only in with our one child or two child or three children, three children, however many we have at that school. That's why our issues in. You have to deal with all of the children plus all of these entitled parents and all of the admin BS. I know this for a fact because I have teacher friends. I have friends that work in school, and they tell me these stories, and I tell them what I would do, and they say I can't do that because I have to work. And I'm like, you're right. Don't listen to me. But I hear the stories, and y'all are my heroes. So shout out to Miss Brenda Lewis, who has known me since I was little. My mother used to do her hair, and she knew me since I was a little tot when I was my son DJ's age, and now she is one of the admin over at my children's school right now. She says like going full circle. Seeing me, that little me, grow up, and then another little me come in there. So I know my kids are in good hands. Shout out to Miss Brown over at Madison Heights Elementary School. She has had all of my children have come through her, through kindergarten. I say, Miss Brown, don't nobody go through this school without going through you. So I make sure that all my kids go through her to start off, because Miss Lewis don't take no mess. Not Miss Lewis, Miss Brown. Miss Brown. Miss Brown don't take no mess. She a little short lady, but she'll snatch him up, and I love it. I love it. She get him right. She got DJ right so far, and I ain't think he was ever gonna get reined in, but she got him taken care of. So shout out to Miss Brown. I love you all. Also shout out to Monique and Monique Danelle Booker. She's a teacher also. Shout out to Julia Bateman. She deals with the children also. Shout out to all of y'all. Told you, y'all are my heroes. Y'all are my heroes. And y'all will continue to be my heroes because y'all do more than we can ever know. But let's go ahead and get into this music. As a matter of fact, I'm going to dedicate this next block of music to all my teachers out there. This next block of music is for all my educators and all my ones who want to lay hands on these children, but they refrain. They fight the urge. They don't do it. They don't do it. They don't strangle them. So this is for y'all, okay? We're here for the mix at 6. We're counting down the top 6 hits in the nation, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our number 6 song. Here is Lizzo featuring Cardi B, Rumors, here on the Mix at 6 on the Mix 88.9.
Give me the hip hop countdown.
Number 6.
They don't know I do it for the culture, oh man. They say I should watch the stuff I post, come on man. Say I'm turning big girls into pros, come on man. They say I get groupies at my shows, come on man. All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true, yeah. Him and you, yeah. If you believe I do that, had to cut them all loose, yeah. Indy ain't no loose lips. Now they all tryna sue me. Psh, I don't give 2 lips. All the rumors are true, yeah. I've been in the bamboo, yeah. Focused on this music. My ex-man, he blew it. Last year I thought I would lose it. Reading on the internet, my smoothie cleanser might die. No, I ain't smashed Drake yet. Spending all your time trying to break a woman down. Real things were going on, baby, take a look around. If you thought that I was ratchet with my hanging out, just wait until the summer when they let me out the house. Yep.
Yeah, fake boobs, yeah. Made a million ass suits, yeah. Y'all be running with fake news, yeah. Cardi and poppin', no, that's the machine. Nobody listen, they buying them streams. They even posted on blogs overseas and lying a language I can't even read. The f*** do this look, I'm a Bronx to some pop hits. Used to pop off when they pop hits, but I'm calmed down and I'm locked in, and my records live in the top 10. Lizzo, teach me about big girl. Okay. Last time I got freaky, the FCC sued me, but I'ma keep doing what I wanna do, cause all the rumors are true.
Yeah, they hated on me since school, yeah. I never thought I was cool, yeah. Now me and Cardi, we cool, yeah. I love pros on pros, yeah. I am body goals, yeah. This here from my soul, yeah. Black people may rock and roll, yeah. Why you spending all your time trying to break a woman down? Real things were going on, baby, take a look around. If you thought that I was ratchet with my hanging out, just wait until the summer when they let me out the house. Yeah. What they say, yeah. What they say, yeah. Give them something to talk about. Sick of wars, but haters do what they do. Haters do what they do. All the rumors are true. Yeah. Sheesh.
You're listening to the Mix at 6 here on the Mix 88.9. That was our number 6 song, Lizzo featuring Cardi B, Rumors. And keeping it moving right into number 5. Here is Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open.
Give me the hip hop countdown.
Number 5.
I'm sipping wine in a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean, my pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open, open. Let you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. Ooh, you're so sweet, so tight. I won't bite unless you like. If you smoke, I got the haze. And if you're hungry, girl, I got fillets. Ooh, baby, don't keep me waiting. There's so much love we could be making. I'm talking kissing, cuddling, rose petals in the bathtub. Girl, let's jump in, it's bubbling. I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. Let you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. La 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 la, I need you, baby. La la la, la la la, I got to see you, baby. La la la, la 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 la, girl, I'm trying to give you this Hey, I'ma leave my door open. I'ma leave the door open, baby. I'ma leave my door open, girl. And I'm hoping that you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming
And you're listening to the Mix at 6 here on the Mix 88.9. That was our number 5 song, Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. Versus is expanding what they do. They're going from just music to now versus games. Actually, tonight they're hosting a versus games. It's going to be Lil Jon, Lil Tecca, Big Boy, and Big Sean. And it's going to be hosted by T-Pain. They're going to have performances by the Migos. You can watch it on Fight TV, Triller, Versus TV, Instagram, or the @Call of Duty, and whatever their gamer tags are. So Versus is expanding out into a broader world because apparently they're packing arenas with people watching people play games. I see a lot of this on my kids do this, and I even do it sometimes. I watch gaming videos to learn how to do my streaming videos. But yeah, it's gonna be huge. I think this is gonna be the next big thing. So Versus Gaming is coming on tonight. Again, you can check it out on Fight TV, Triller, Versus TV, Instagram, or @Call of Duty. Ayana Van Zant If that name sounds familiar, she did this show Ayanna Fix My Life. She was speaking with Tamron Hall of Bleacher Report, and she was speaking about why she stopped doing her show. So allegedly she was getting a bunch of death threats and dealing with all kinds of unpredictable people. But here's what she had to say as far as that goes.
You go into people's homes, you're in the bathroom, you're in the kitchen, you're in the lift. They think they know you, and they think they have a right to say certain things because we're not clear and conscious of the energy we send out. So through the emails, through the social media, people were coming to my home. I was getting death threats because they didn't like something I said or did. And I'm like, I want to be free of this. I don't want this.
It's stressful. You're trying to help people, and all of a sudden you're getting all these crazy comments. And like she said, people think they can say whatever they want to say to you, and it's cool, and it's not. We are not conscious of the words that we say and how they affect other people. We are not conscious of how our actions affect other people. We are a very selfish being. We are a very selfish. It is hard for us to look outside of ourselves and look at how our actions or our words impact something else. It's like we see something, we got to respond. We got to give our opinion. We got to say this. We got to say that. And it doesn't matter how it makes the other person feel, as long as we get out what we want to say. And that's extremely selfish. So if stepping away from this has made her better or made her feel better mentally or better physically, because nobody needs that stress, then I commend her. I commend her 100%. And speaking of death threats, I don't know why I can't talk today. I don't know what the issue is. But Judge Penny, and if that name sounds familiar, Judge Penny is the judge in the Jamie Spears and Britney Spears case. Jamie Spears is Britney Spears' father, and Judge Penny didn't immediately suspend conservatorship of Britney Spears, and apparently she was receiving death threats. Well, her son is Prentice Penny, and he is a showrunner for Insecure. And he recently spoke on the issues that his mother was having, and here's what he had to say.
My mom's a black woman in America. She's a tough lady. She's a tough lady. But I look, like, I don't want to get too in the weeds of that because she's still over the case. So I would never want to say anything that would ever put her thing at jeopardy. I would just, I'm just super proud of my mom. And I hate when something gets to be an excuse to be racist.
That just goes back to what I said a little while ago. Like, we are not conscious of what we say and how it affects other people. Like, the stuff that she was getting is bananas and completely over the line. Like, people were saying, I hope she dies. These are just some of the tweets people were sending out. One says, I hope she dies. Another one says, I have a feeling she's gonna have a horrible, mysterious death. Like, it gets crazier and crazier. Like, Judge Brenda Penny needs to effing die. Somebody investigate that B right now. Or if I had a death note, I would put that B, Judge Penny's name on it. And then someone wrote, fat effing hoe. Like, come on. That's crazy. We don't know the ins and outs of that trial. We don't know all the facts. We don't know what's going on. She's a judge. That's her job, is to look at the facts and make a decision based off of that. But we feel that because we heard something on Facebook or read something on Twitter or Instagram, that we know all the facts and what's going on and what should happen. You don't know all the ins and outs. It's called due process. That's what the court system is for. And for this lady to be attacked like that's crazy. Come on now. We got to do better. We have to 100% do better. I just get so upset when I see us treating each other less than. It really bothers me when I see us just looking down and punching down on someone else. And it's not necessary. None of us have the authority or have the moral high ground to judge someone else, and it really irritates me. It really does. But moving on, Lou Williams, who is an NBA player, he plays for the Atlanta Hawks. He sat down with Taylor Rooks from Bleacher Report and discussed having two different girlfriends, who are also the mothers of his children.
I was just more so upset that it took on a life of itself and I no longer controlled the narrative. People even thought they were sisters and all of this crazy. I was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, both of those women are mothers of my children. You know what I'm saying? And so they're not just some random girls I'm running around with.
And again, if it works for you and you are happy in your situation, then more power to you. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. No. But that's just me. That's me. That doesn't mean that he can't handle it. And if you can handle it, and that's your thing, and it makes you happy, and that's what you want to do it. Do it. We only live life once. Anyway, let's get back into some more music. Let's get into the number 4 song. Here is our number 4 song. Here is Kanye West featuring The Weeknd and Lil Baby, Hurricane. Here on the Mix at 6 on the Mix 88.9.
Give me the hip hop countdown.
Number 4.
See this in 3D. All lights out for me. All lights out for me. Lightning strikes the beach. 80 degrees. Warm it up for me. Finally free. Found the God of me. And I want you to see. I can walk on water. 1,000 miles from shore. I can float on the water. Father, hold me close. Don't let me drown. I know you won't.
Yeah, walking on the bridge, I threw my sins over the deep end. Sipping till my stomach hurt this month, I done lost 3 friends. Early morning brainstorming, normally I can't sleep in. Sometimes I just wanna restart it, but it all depends. If I'ma be that same young hungry from West End. But my heart is frozen, the crazy part ain't have no pen. Maybach interior came with sheepskin. Still remember when I just had 3 bands. Now I'm the one everyone call on cause I got deep pants. Bro told me the way to beat the game is on the defense. And never faced by names that they might call me, but they gon' respect it. And I feel like you better off trying to call, I might not get the message. And she just tried to run off with my heart, but I blocked off the exit. Yeah.
I know you won't. I know you won't. I know you won't. I know you won't. I know that you look over us so precisely. Rain down the rain. Yeah. Oh.
I was up for self. I was up for sale, but I couldn't tell. God made it rain, the devil made it hell. Dropped out of school, but I'm the one at Yale. Made the best tracks, it still went off the rail. Had go down, down, down. This a new town, town, town. This a new 10, 10, 10. I'm going in. Here I go on a new trip. Here I go acting too lit. Here I go acting too rich. Here I go with a new chick. And I know what the truth is. Still playing after 2 kids. It's a lot to digest. When your life always moving, architecture digest. But I needed home improvement. $60 million home. Never went home to it. Genius gone clueless. It's a whole lot to risk. Alcohol anonymous. Who's the busiest loser? Heated by the rumors. Read into it too much. Fiending for some true love. Ask him, what do you love? Hard to find what the truth is, but the truth was that the truth sucked. Always seem to do stuff, but this time it was too much. Everybody's so judgmental. Everybody's so judgmental. Everybody hurts, but I don't judge rentals. It was all so simple.
I see you in 3D. The dawn is bright for me. No more dark for me. I know you're watching me. 80 degrees, burning up the leaves. Finally I'm free. Finally I'm free. As I go out to sea, I can walk on water. Won't you shine your light? Demons talk on my shoulder. Father, hold me close. Don't let
listening to The Mix at 6 here on The Mix 88.9. That was our number 4 song, Kanye West featuring Weeknd and Lil Baby, Hurricane. And keeping it moving as we always do, here is our number 3 song, Doja Cat and The Weeknd, You Right.
Give me the hip hop countdown.
Number 3. And you're listening to The Mix at 6 here on The Mix 88.9. That was our number 3 song, Doja Cat and The Weeknd, You Right. Now, I wanted to talk about this next thing yesterday, but I didn't have enough details on it. I do have details now, and today I got time. Henry Rugg III. People may not know who he is or may not have even heard of him, but for football fans, we definitely know who he is. He was a wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. He was the first round draft pick in this current draft that just passed. He was released from the team because Henry Rugg III was driving drunk. He was driving 165 miles an hour when he ran into a woman's car. Her car immediately burst into flames. The woman was killed, and remains of her dog were also found at the scene of the crash. They say that he was going, like I said, 165 miles an hour. He was going 127 miles an hour when the vehicles collided. He killed 23-year-old Tina Tinrow. I really hope I said her name right. Tina Tinrow. It's Tinterow. That's what it is. Tina Tinterow. Her family was in the courtroom, and the judge set his bail at $150,000. They said he faces 2 to 20 years in prison for the murder of this young lady.
Ruggs and the Raiders agreed on a fully guaranteed 4-year contract worth $16.67 million. Now, I don't know how that works as far as a situation like this, if he still gets that money, or if, what the semantics or how contracts work with the NFL. But I think all $16.67 million should go right to this young woman's family. This young man made a stupid choice. This young man had more than enough options to make other decisions. And if the people around him did not advise him better, then this is why I say it's so important to be careful who you call your friends. To be careful who you have surrounding you, because people with sense would tell you that this is not a good idea. This wasn't a good idea. This young man, it seems like young people have this aura of invincibility around them, that they can't do anything wrong, that nothing can happen to him, and that their actions don't affect others. Our actions matter. Our actions affect others. Most of the time, it's not fatal, but unfortunately, in this situation, it was fatal, and a young lady is gone. A 23-year-old young lady is now gone because of a dumb decision that some kid made. That's what he was. He's a kid. He's still a kid. Straight out of college. He just got out of college, just got into the NFL. Had everything going for him. He had all the potential in the world to be a star receiver, and then he goes and makes a stupid decision. It only takes one. It only takes one dumb decision to impact the rest of your life, and now he faces 2 to 20 years. So we're definitely going to be following up on this story. We're definitely going to be knowing what's going on as far as this story goes as it progresses, because this has to be a teachable moment. This has to be a lesson. This has to be something that we grasp onto, because first of all, if you're going to drink, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a drink if you're of age. You do it responsibly. And by do it responsibly, I mean have a plan. Have a ride home. If you feel like you're overserved, because you know when you're drunk. You know very well when you're drunk and when you shouldn't be getting behind the wheel of a car. And a lot of us have done it. And luckily, nothing bad has happened. But it only takes one. It only takes one bad decision to impact not only your life, but the life of someone else. And now we lost a young lady who had untapped potential, and who knows what she was going to go on to be, who is now here because you made a dumb decision. But moving on. Earlier this week, well, it might have been this weekend, there were reports about Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian possibly, dating or being more than just friends because of a picture that came out of them holding hands on a ride. Well, that was disproven because they came out and said that they're just friends, and she was scared and she grabbed his hand on the ride, and that's all that it was. So it was nothing to read into it. So I didn't even talk about it. But apparently there's more, because the other day, apparently they had a private dinner on top of a pizzeria in Staten Island. It was a secret rooftop dinner at a place called Campagna. So I don't know. Maybe Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian are going to be dating soon. I don't know. Don't do it, Pete. It hasn't worked out well for anybody. So just, I don't know. I stay out of people's business. I keep saying, if you happy, I'm happy. But just look, do your research. Look at what's happened in the past. But you're young, you do you. I mind my business, but just we'll see what happens. Lauren London was on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk. She's subbing in for Willow Smith while she's off doing whatever she is doing, and she discussed a number of things. Laura London, of course, is the widow of Nipsey Hussle. She's also an actress. She was in things like It's ATL. It's ATL. I get an ATL and Atlanta mixed up, but she was new with ATL. One of my favorite movies and one of my favorite shows, but I keep mixing up ATL and Atlanta because they mean the same thing, but they're called different things. Anyway, not important. She was on the Red Table Talk the other day, and she was discussing boundaries and having boundaries and saying no. And here's what she had to say as far as that goes.
With boundaries, there are times where we feel guilty.
That's my whole childhood.
In what way,
Lauren? You're a child. Don't ask me questions. Sit down.
Oh,
you know,
that,
it's
all
just
that
like,
old school.
or like, oh, I don't like going to so-and-so's house.
But we going anyway.
We're going anyway, or they didn't do nothing to you, which is why I used to have really aggressive boundaries because my boundaries weren't respected as a child. I got really aggressive with my boundaries. So it was like, oh, you don't hear what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight you.
Yep.
I'm gonna sock you. You're gonna respect the violence.
And I feel that's something that's ingrained in us also. That stay in a child's place. I was actually having this conversation with an aunt of mine a few months ago, and she was saying basically the same thing, that we take it as an insult or as a sign of disrespect when a child asks why, or the why to something. I think that there is a balance as far as that goes, as to when it's appropriate to ask a why, or when they're just being curious. And I feel like we have to feed that curiosity. Maybe not at that moment, but it's important to go back and explain it to a child so they understand, and they understand that their feelings are valid and their stances are valid. So I try to do that with my children. It's hard, it's not easy, but I do try to do that, to give them an understanding or a why, or let them know why things the way they are, because we understand it as adults and we just assume that they should too, but we can't do that because they haven't lived it yet, so they don't understand. So we have to get out of that mindset of stay in a child's place. Now, there is times where that does apply, but we as the adults are the ones that have to decipher that. So I try to do that as a father, and I feel, my opinion, that others should too, because it breaks the wall down, and it makes less confused, less aggressive, less I don't want to say needy children, but you know, once they have information, they want information. We have to teach them information. That's our job as parents. But anyway, let's get back into this countdown and back into this music and into this number 2 song. Here is Drake featuring Future and Young Thug, Way Too Sexy, here on the Mix at 6 on the Mix 88.9.
Give me the hip hop countdown.
Number 2.
Yeah, wow. I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this ice, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, I'm too sexy for this chain, too sexy for your game, too sexy for this fame. Yeah, I'm too sexy for the trap, too sexy for that cap, too sexy for that jack. Yeah. Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, I'm feeling too sexy to accept requests. Way too sexy. And I'm way too sexy to go unprotected. Way too sexy. And she popped a Tesla, now she gonna let you. Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, think we got too sexy for that metro housing. Way too sexy. Diamond popped out, almost swallowed 60,000. 60 pieces. Section need more things in here, I like it crowded. Like, whoa. Yeah, I like it crowded. Oh, you like the boy? Well, tell me what you like about him. You a turned a little
tail going two-tone on choker. Young always ready to murk, some call them some smokers. Young promotion, don't make sure the car gets. Did a 360 windmill when I left the scene. That's that action, her best work on her knees. Too sexy for this cash, too sexy for this serve, too sexy for these pills, I'm too sexy for this. I get cash wherever I fly, got on me. Money, cars, and all the jewelry make a sexy. I get cash wherever I fly, got on me. Yeah, wow, wow, wow. I'm too sexy for this syrup, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this ice, too sexy for that job. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for this chain, too sexy for your game, too sexy for this fame. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for the trap, too sexy for that cap, too sexy for that job. Yeah, yeah.
Too sexy to count. Fetty, my neck, Bugatti, red diamonds, spaghetti. This paper, I shred it. I swindle, no sweating. I saw you, beg it. Goddamn, you petty. I ain't done spinning. No pinch, I spin it. Bags in and out. My man ain't gon' steal it. 100 bags for make the young wish they was rich. A green gators, they look like a switch. Georgia, yo, I spit 26 licks. Too sexy, my neck, baguettes. Caress me, I'll let you today ski. I've been kicking, might need a prosthetic. I pray to the chopper under my pillow, too fairy.
You're listening to the Mix at 6 here on the Mix 88.9. That was our number 2 song, Drake featuring Future and Young Thug, Way Too Sexy. Now, before I get into my number 1 song, let me take a second to thank some of our sponsors.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
So, who's trying to spend 12 hours in a salon? Not me, and not you either. Nobody wants to spend their whole day like that. Yo, pull up and get slayed by the V. I'm trying to put you on. Vanquish Beauty Studio is the move. 2130 Wards Road in Lynchburg. They provide confidence and sass, so it accommodates the swag you already have. Their talented artists specialize in color, cut, healthy, and diverse textures of hair. They're a 3-time award-winning salon right in Lynchburg. Vanquish Beauty Studio. They'll turn your hair ideas into a reality without spending the whole day in the salon. So book your appointment now. Go online to vanquishbeautystudio.com or call 434-239-HAIR. That's 434-239-4247. Experience a professional salon, impeccable style, ambiance, and sophistication, all in one place. Vanquish Beauty Studio. Pull up and get slayed by the V.
How do you make financial decisions? Are you retiring soon or wondering how much life insurance is enough? Your family and financial future is the most important thing, and having answers to these questions are mandatory. Bold Financial Strategies is a successful financial team that can help you answer these questions while achieving your goals. Bold Financial Strategies offers a suite of services that range from retirement plans and college savings to homeowners insurance policies, as well as estate planning and life insurance protection. We pride ourselves on making the process simple and understandable for all of our clients. Take control of your financial future and visit our website at boldfinancialstrategies.com or give us a call at 434-215-0695. The team of advisors includes owner Damon Bolden, Garnett Spanky McDaniel, Randy Calloway, and Devin Bolin. We are located at 3712 Old Forest Road, Suite 400, Lynchburg, Virginia. Oh, and we also make ourselves available for online and virtual appointments. Bold Financial Strategies. We help all of our clients plan and make smarter financial decisions, and we would love to start with yours.
It's time for the Mix at 6. Counting down the top hip-hop and R&B songs in the country. The Mix 88.9, Lynchburg's #1 station for hip-hop and R&B, soul and reggae.
Give me the hip-hop countdown.
This is the #1 song.
#1. DJ gon' play it.
Can you kiss me more? We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to you gotta get into. Sang first, middle, last on the wisdom tooth. And at the was a kissing booth. Taste breakfast, lunch, and gin and juice. And at dinner, just like dessert too. And when we French refresh, give me two. When I bite that lip, come get me two. He want lipstick, lip gloss, hickeys too. Kiss me more. We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, oh, it's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way it moves. Oh, oh. Oh, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. La 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 la. All on my tongue, I want it. Oh, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. La 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 la. All on my tongue, I want it. Say, give me a need the Gucci stuff. Push your limit, now you ain't good enough. All you that you lost without me. All my feel like I dodged the county. You feel like jail. I can't even exhale. Like holy grail, you know that. You gon' make me need bail, you know that. Caught dipping with your friend, you ain't even have me lying on you. You know that. Got me a bag for the break, you know that. Control and show the pace if I throw back all this for real. Drama make you feel fantasy with a bill. It's all I can give you. Kiss me more. We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, oh, it's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way you groove. Oh, 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 darling. Boy, you write your name, I can do the same. Ooh, I love the taste. Oh, la, 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 la. All on my tongue, I want it. Boy, you write your name, I can do the same. Ooh, I love the taste. Oh, la, 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 la. All on my tongue, I want it.
You're listening to the Mix at 6 here on the Mix 88.9. That was our number one song, Doja Cat featuring SZA, Kiss Me More. As always, thank you for hanging out with me for this last hour. I really appreciate it because without you, there is no me, and I will never, ever, ever forget that. As always, please let someone else know. Spread the word. Let them know to download the app. Go to the Google Play, Apple App Store, search the Mix 88.9, and join me Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern, because that's important. Stay tuned right after me for DJ Kid New in the Recovery Room. He is with me. He follows me Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, very important. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, The Mix 88.9, and Twitter, The Mix 8991. If you want to catch up on this show, go over to my YouTube page, The Fortress of Awesometude. That's AWESOMETUDE. Search the Vibe Club playlist, and you'll have every show available to you. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kalel Creed DB. That's KALEL CREEDDB. Again, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being a part of this palace of positivity that I have cultivated, that we have cultivated, and that we have spread the word about, and we are growing rapidly, and I couldn't be more thankful. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you all here tomorrow. Be safe and have a great evening.